Good evening, everyone. This is Ulysses, and today I'm going to be doing my film transcript analysis and a discussion video post on Disney Pixar's Elemental. So, I would say my expectations of this film are to possibly discover the types of elements I can see from this movie poster. I think it's going to be a very um, vivid visually. I think there's going to be vivid visuals. There's all kinds of colors that pop out in this film, as I could see from the movie poster. So I'm hoping to learn more about the elements. I think this is going to be a film of diversity. And I just hope we can learn more about their backstories and how they deal with everyday life of being a fire element or a water element. The film I chose to write my transcript analysis on was Disney's Pixar Elemental. I chose this film because the animation graphics were so cool to me. I've never seen anything like it. The movement was just astonishing, but the technicality of the graphics was impeccable, and the way they presented each element was fascinating. They each had their own special aura. Let's just say you were looking at fire, the character Ember, for instance. It felt like I was looking at an actual flame. The way it moved and how it sounded, you can hear the snap and crackles that an actual fire would make. Even Wade's character, seeing the ripple of water throughout his body, was stunning. I think the most interesting thing about this film, along with the graphics, was the meaning. I believe it to have much more of a personal connection. What I was able to gather from the film is that it shows examples of immigration. For example, Amber's family decided to leave Fireland, their home, and explore new opportunities for a better life in Element City. This one hit home for me because I too had family who immigrated from their home country to start a better life here in the US. And with hard work and dedication, they built something to pass along to their families. So pretty much to sum it up, I can say that the film uses its fantasy setting to explore real-world issues, particularly immigration, cultural identity, and interracial relationships through clever visual metaphors and natural elements. An example of interracial relationship in this movie was between Amber and Wade. Her father was prejudiced. He would say that fire and water do not go together. So before watching the film, I did share that one of my expectations was diversity, and I feel that I was correct because there is segregation in this film. There is diversity, and they do it in a cool way through animation. You know, Amber's family, they left their homeland to pretty much a different country to start a new life. And her father is pretty much old school and he believes in the old way. You know, she's a fire element, so you need to stick with the fire element. Don't go chasing nothing else. And she pretty much decided to break her family's generational curses. You know, she's in a point of her life where she's young and she wants to discover new things, whether it's her love life or her career. Her father wants her to work at the family store when she wants to become a designer for different types of glass, I believe. So I definitely think that this film explores themes of immigrant experience, generational trauma, and the complexities of cultural differences. As I said before, this film is pretty much Amber, falling in love with Wade, a water element, and not only is her family telling her that no, it's wrong, stick to your own race pretty much, but you also have society looking at them like ill, they don't belong together. So I think that is an example of cultural differences or an unconventional love story between fire and water.